and that was 13th of the month called Messenger. Alright, a French army led by Bonaparte arrived to Alexandria. The army spent 20 days after the Mamelukes, who were defeated by the Pyramids. In 1798, Napoleon came to Egypt. When he first came at that time, he pretended as if he wanted to save Egyptians from those Mamelukes. Do you know why Christians love this temple? Do you know a fact to tell you that the last temple ever closed in Egypt, this one. Why? Because Egyptians honored Isis a lot, and they found in Isis as some story similar to what happened to the Virgin Mary later on. Both women did the job to save their sons. When the Virgin Mary escaped with the son from Palestine down to Egypt to save him, okay, same thing as ISIS did before. So both women did the job to save the sons, and that's why Egyptian Christians, we call them Coptics, did the job to save or to keep this for longer. And when they built an only church first time in Egypt, please, yeah, can we look like make a hole in the middle? Thank you very much. To visit the Holy of Holies, right there, you'll find some reliefs on the walls. A woman who's sitting and having a baby. This is not to be normal for you. You have not seen that before, first time. Keep that in mind, please. And when you go to Cairo one day and visit some of the old churches, look at the icons right there. You find Isis, not the Virgin Mary. Copy of Isis right there. Okay, a woman who is sitting and holding a baby on the lap. Because of that respect of Isis, this part was taken as a church. But in spite of losing time to chisel the figures, they left them all on the walls by the plaster to hide. All what you see on the walls and the columns all has been covered by plaster. Okay, and they added some crosses. We call it the Coptic cross. Is what you can see on a column. The Coptic cross, Egyptian Christian cross. We call that Coptic. And they added some features like the niche in the front there. If you come to me, please, here, look at the wall there. You find a niche with a cross on the top. Okay, so that is the niche. This is the perfect scenario that was in Egypt because I'm still asking. You still can see what's on the top there. Do you know what is the good point on the French expedition at the time? That Napoleon had 169 scientists. 169 scientists. Those men had been studying Egypt for about 20 years. Some of their names, rather, like Balzac, one of the most French men in France. Okay? You find some other names like Costas, Cotel, Méchant, Noué, Vincent. And if you go down, you find some studies, geographical studies. Okay? Compared to some French cities, like you find the city of Paris, the capital of France, another one called Bruxelles, again in France, and some other like degrees of the land in Aswan comparing to those French cities. That was the first book ever done by Egypt in the last couple of years. It's a book of 24 volumes, and it's called The Description of Egypt. La Description de l'Égypte. That book is covering all about this country. Religions, history, marriage, geography, all what you wish to know about this country, it was there at that time. And that's why the first people went mad about this country were the French. Until the last few years, the first nationality to Egypt were the French. And the French, they read lots of books and come to ask for details. So the graffitis, not to be normal, because from day one we see lots of graffitis on the walls, but those ones on the front are very special because they, again, date back to the French Revolution, or the French expedition to this country, and making or writing their book there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can you all see, please, brother, the big wall, brother? That is the old dam. That is the old dam. We call it the English Dam, by the way. Okay, so now we're in between the old dam and the hard dam in the south. You don't see. Okay, so this is a lovely niche. Let's go and see.
This is to be the unfinished obelisk in Aswan, which dates back maybe to the time of Queen Hatshepsut. That's over 3,000 years old. Look at that.
No, but that's what you get. They went, oh, he's had to step down. He had no banking experience whatsoever. He didn't know how to run that. He only knew how to run a children's centre. He used to run Asda's.
If you look out there across the river, you see some tombs. Those holes in the mountain in the West Bank, and those are to be tombs of the governors of the city of Aswan, and those tombs are to be a lot older than the tombs of the Valley of the Kings and the Queens. Those ones right there are at least 4,000 years old. Yes. This little guy coming across here is to be a Nubian boy he comes to sing for you. And well, in case you want to give him a little link in.
Life is like a dream.
I don't know that.